I actually didn't film myself filling in my brows, but right now I'm just cleaning up my brows with concealer, and I'm using the LA Girl Toast Concealer. I'm just going to bring the concealer down onto my whole eyelid to create a base for my eyeshadow. Because I'm using such a small concealer brush, I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender and pretty much just pat and blend it out. So because this concealer has a pretty sticky or wet consistency, I'm just going to go over with a setting powder just to ensure that the eyeshadow isn't going to be sticking to the concealer. This look was inspired by Naomi Campbell's 2016 VMAs look, so I'm just going to create a very subtle eyeshadow look. It's pretty blended, and I'm pretty much going in with like browns. I'm building on it a bit, but I'm not doing anything too bold. So I went in with like a really light brown, and then I went in with something that was a bit darker. And I'm using the Violet Voss palette to do this. Now I'm using the Morphe 25A palette to just go into the outer corners of my eye with a darker brown eyeshadow. And I'm going to make sure, as I said, that everything is blended out. So I'm doing this carefully and making sure I'm blending as I'm adding. Now, starting from the inner corner of my eyelid, I'm just adding the Violet Voss Cool Beans eyeshadow, and I'm just going to bring this out onto the end where the brown eyeshadow was, so I can create like a transition from the gold to the brown. Now I'm just adding a bit of black eyeshadow onto the outer corners of my eyelid as well. And to brighten up the look on my lids, I'm just going to add the Champagne Gold eyeshadow on the Morphe 35A palette. I sprayed my brush with Fix Plus just to get it to show more or be more pigmented, but I'm also going to make sure I blend it out. Now I'm just applying a very thin line of eyeliner. I'm going to end up going back and adding to it because I just felt like it wasn't enough for me. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. You're going to see me in the end going back and adding to it. I am going to apply my lashes later on in the video just to avoid getting concealer and foundation and setting powder and whatever else on it. Right now I'm just applying mascara. So I usually conceal the top of my brows after I've finished my eyeshadow, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to conceal the top of my brows. I'm using the same concealer, the LA Girl Toast Concealer, and I'm just going to pretty much be going back and forth trying to match my brows as much as possible. So I'm just doing this to blend out my concealer. I'm applying my foundation on the outer edges of it because I'm going to be applying the foundation to my forehead, so it just makes it easier to blend for me. I always make sure to get the foundation in between my eyebrows as well, and then I'm just going to go ahead and start applying the foundation all over my face. To just get all the product that I want onto my face, I'm just going to use this flat foundation brush to just apply the foundation to my face, and then I'm going to go back in with the buffing brush and just blend everything out. Now I'm just going to apply the concealer to create my highlight. I'm going to apply the concealer under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, over my lips, a bit on my chin, and on the center of my forehead. Because I'm not doing a cream contour, I'm just going to cut my contour lines with concealer. So I'm using the same concealer and I'm trying to lightly apply it just to create that contour look without using a darker concealer. Now I'm just going to use the buffing brush to blend out the concealer. Now I'm going to highlight a bit more with a lighter concealer, and I'm just applying a little bit under my eyes, onto the bridge of my nose, and a bit on my cupid's bow. Now I'm just going to be applying this translucent powder to all the spots that I highlighted. I'm not going to dust this off right away. I'm going to actually go in and start contouring. So I'm using this NYX powder in Deep Espresso to contour my cheekbones as well as my forehead and my jawline. Now to contour my nose, I'm just going to use this blending brush and apply another NYX powder. Now I'm just applying some orange blush. So now I'm just dusting off the translucent powder, and I'm just doing this using a bit of the NYX foundation powder as well. Now to highlight, I'm just going to use the MAC Global Glow highlighter. I'm going to go in with the Inglot highlighter and just do a bit more of a brighter highlight, but I'm just using the Global Glow to create a base. So at this point I realized I did want to build on my eyeliner a bit, so I'm just going back in with this e.l.f. liner. Now I'm just applying lashes. These are from a main collection that I will be officially launching soon. I haven't named this style yet, but hopefully soon I will have a name for it and have my website up. Now I'm just going to line my lips. I forgot my pencil, so I'm just using the Dipbrow. I was planning to use a Milani lip stain, but I ended up forgetting that as well, so I'm just using my friend's. Now I'm just applying the glitter. I'm using a dark red glitter. I just got these glitters from the dollar store. Um, and I kind of mixed in a bit of black glitter into it just to create a darker, or even darker red, because I really am not a fan of red lipstick in general. So I try to get it as dark as possible, and I make sure to go in with my liner. Like, you're gonna see me go back in with my liner again, just because it makes me comfortable. Like, I hate red lipstick. Now to finish off the look, I'm just gonna highlight my brow bone, and I'm using the Violet Voss Cool Beans eyeshadow. Then I'm gonna go into the corner of my eyes with a Violet Voss eyeshadow in the shade Plouf. And I'm just going to put a bit of eyeshadow under my eyes as well. And I'm doing that with the Violet Voss Brownie Points eyeshadow. And this is the finished look.
Middle of the winter, I pull up in a vert. It's the middle of December, she pulled up in a skirt. Santa Claus.
So now I'm going to apply this lipstick by this girl that I hate, Kylie. Don't buy her brushes.